Oscars are tomorrow night. The only prediction that I'm going to make is that things will surely get political. They have been all awards season, including a pointed Golden Globe speech by America's most decorated actress, Meryl Streep, which drew the ire of the president. How political should an evening be that's supposed to be about awarding artistic excellence? I have the perfect guest, the actor from Hamilton who stirred a national debate this fall when he confronted Vice President-elect Mike Pence from a stage after a performance of Hamilton.
We are the diverse America who are alarmed and anxious that your new administration will not protect us, our planet, our children, our parents, or defend us and uphold our inalienable rights, sir. But we truly hope that this show has inspired you to uphold our American values and to work on behalf of all of us.
Besides playing Aaron Burr in Hamilton on Broadway right now, Brandon Victor Dixon starred in Shuffle Along, The Color Purple, Rent, and The Scottsboro Boys. He's currently appearing on the Starz series Power, and I spoke with him earlier. Hey, Brandon, congratulations on all of your success. I have to tell you that soundtrack is a constant in my house and in all of our family cars, so I appreciate your being here.
I appreciate you having me. How are you?
I'm well. Now, in full disclosure, I have to tell you something, and that is I did not support your commentary when you delivered it the night that then Vice President-elect Pence came to see the show. And I remember so well being on the air that day because it had happened the night before. I respect your right to say and believe the things that you offered. It was the timing and the place. As my parents would say, time and a place, time and a place, time and a place.
May I ask why?
Yeah, I thought he came to see a show. Folks who were there came to see a show. They didn't come to hear a political speech. And it reminded me of a night that I spent a lot of money to go hear Roger Waters at Madison Square Garden. I wanted to hear all the music from Pink Floyd. And instead, he delivered this speech about habeas corpus rights for Guantanamo prisoners. And I thought, that's not why I'm here.
I understand that. I think one thing to understand is that, you know, we oftentimes use that opportunity at the end of the show to talk about causes or organizations that we support. It's a time when we do step outside of the show and we speak about causes, particularly for Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS. So us taking the stage and saying something to the audience is not out of the ordinary for us or for Broadway at all. And we felt it was important enough to make a statement, a particularly nonpartisan, really try not to make it politicized, but just make a unifying statement to these individuals who have run to hear from their constituency. I mean, the point of running for government is so that you can stand in front of the people that you are going to be leading and to hear how they feel and hear their thoughts. And I think it's important to seize any opportunity one has to speak with your elected representatives, no matter the situation. And I think that the way we handled it actually was went over very well, and I think everybody was fine with how it took place.
Look, he apparently was cool with it, and I have to say that I think that you voiced your opinion with dignity. As a matter of fact, I just again watched that tape, and you shut down any prospect of booing at the outset. It was just the issue of whether it was expected that folks who are coming to a show are going to hear that at the end. But now I have to draw a contrast because tomorrow night with the Academy Awards, we have come to expect that there will be political speeches by some of those who win.
Absolutely.
What do you anticipate tomorrow night?
I mean, I anticipate we'll see more of the trend that has been building in Hollywood, and I, for one, am very happy about it. I mean, I think it's more important, it's imperative that anybody who has a platform, anybody who has a voice right now, that they stand up and they speak their mind, particularly about a lot of issues that are affecting people who do not have a voice, do not have a platform. I hope that they do take the opportunity, and then I look forward to seeing it and hearing it. The more that our entertainment figures can participate in our discourse, I know a lot of people say, you know, you're an athlete or you're an actor or so-and-so, and you shouldn't speak up. I think that makes no sense. No matter who you are, no matter what you do in this country, you are a part of our democracy, and if you have a voice, you need to use it.
The night that Vice President Pence came to watch Hamilton, you said that you were alarmed and anxious, and you were speaking on your own behalf and on behalf of the cast. So I think, politically where you're coming from. Are you concerned that Hollywood actors, those who are not supportive of the president, overplay their hand and you create a boogeyman for the president to beat up on. All of a sudden, you're now those Broadway actors. You're the Hollywood elite. And in red state America, that actually helps it.
Who's calling an actor, a theater actor, the elite? Do you know what some of these people make? I think that as actors and performers, again, and look, everybody is different. Everybody has their own views. They've done their own research. So who knows who has what ability to say the things that they have to say. But I think that it's important. I think it's important for entertainers, for athletes, for political figures. I think it's important for everybody to set an example, particularly for young people, that you have to stand up and you have to express your opinion. Now, if you engage in positive discourse, maybe you will come across some information that helps you to change your point of view, so you learn something about the feeling or the thoughts that you had about the issue you were talking about. But we need to encourage people to speak up, to speak out, because the more people who participate in our democracy, the more our democracy grows.
I hear you, but let me talk to you, Aaron Burr, for just a moment, okay? You're smart. You are a smart guy. Politically speaking, do you understand the point that I'm making, that you may be playing into his hands if it becomes a pile-on?
It's possible, but I think the fact of the matter is this currently, I think we're in fairly uncharted territory, and so you calibrate as you go along, but I think you have to take the first step, and the first step is standing up.
Advise someone who today is preparing 2 speeches. One, if I win, this is what I say to thank folks, and potentially, here's what I will say about the president. You were very effective on that Hamilton stage. So what are the do's and the don'ts for an actor who does want to make a political statement?
I think the do is to make sure that whatever you say, that you lead with positivity, that you lead with love, so that you can continue to invite people into the conversation. A lot of the times we want to, particularly with President Trump and individuals who voted for him or elected him, a lot of times we want to demonize the opposition. In our country, we get into this process of winning and losing. And I think it's important to make criticisms of the government as a whole and criticisms of the policies, but to do so in a way that you can invite the individuals who maybe were on the opposition before, or who voted for somebody whom now you are in disagreement with, that you open the door for a conversation with those people, because we have to be able to come together. We have to be able to speak with one another, and that is how you alter coalitions. That's how you grow coalitions. That's how you grow consensus.
Any predictions? Best picture, best actor, anything that you want to say, here's where I think it's going?
I really don't know. I think it's a real toss-up. There's a lot of great work out there this year. I'll tell you, though, just selfishly, I'm pulling from Mahershala Ali. That's where I'm at.
I share your wishes. I saw Moonlight, and it was fabulous. Thank you so much for being here.